The janitor of hell. I am a technician for BioClean Solutions. We are the janitors of hell, the ones who scrub the brain matter off the wallpaper after the coroner leaves. My job is to turn a crime scene back into a living room so families can forget. It requires a specific kind of emotional numbness. I see proteins to be broken down, not tragedies. I work alone, using industrial enzymes and methodical silence. There are rules in this trade. Don't take anything home. Don't look at the family photos. And the most important, if the landline rings, let it ring. Houses where violence has occurred vibrate like struck bells. The electricity is unstable, and the phones, they carry echoes. Last Tuesday, I was called to the Vales residence, a colonial mansion isolated by eucalyptus trees. Helena, an elderly woman, had been murdered there 3 days prior in a robbery homicide. I donned my white Tyvek suit, respirator, and rubber gloves, looking like an astronaut on a dead planet. The music room was the heart of the horror. A grand piano sat in the corner, and a massive, viscous blood stain dominated the beige rug. I worked for hours, scrubbing the hardwood. As the sun set, dyeing the room a melancholic orange, the temperature plummeted. I looked down at the floorboards I had just bleached clean. The blood was back. It wasn't old. It was bright, bubbling, and hot. Then the phone rang, a black Bakelite rotary phone. It was a mechanical, physical scream. The rule said, "Don't answer," but the air felt so dense I could barely breathe. Logic failed me. I picked up. "Hello?" I whispered. "They are in the garden," a woman's voice sobbed. It was Helena. She was terrified. "There's a man staring at the music room window." I looked at the window. When I arrived, it was broken. Now it was whole, reflecting my image. The white suit, the black gas mask, the rubber face. "Miss Helena," I stammered, "what are you seeing?" "He has no eyes, just glass circles," she hissed. "A tube coming out of his mouth. He's raising a silver weapon." I looked at my hand. I was holding a metal scraper. It shone like a blade. I realized with a sickening vertigo that I wasn't just cleaning the scene. I was haunting it. To her, I was the monster. "I'm from the future," I shouted into the receiver. "I'm not the killer." "He's going to break the glass," she screamed. I reached out to touch the window, and it exploded. Shards flew through my body as if I were smoke. The room plunged into night. I saw her then, the real Helena, cowering behind the piano, clutching a cordless phone. She wasn't looking at me. She was looking at a shadow in black entering through the shattered frame. The real killer. I watched, invisible and helpless, as he caught her in the center of the room. I heard the wet, rhythmic thud of a crowbar against bone. Once, twice, 3 times. Then, the room flickered back to daylight. The window was broken again. The blood was fresh. "Why do you clean?" a voice whispered from the shadows. It was the house's memory, a psychic imprint. "You erase the proof. If you erase the blood, no one will remember I was here." "I need to make it livable," I stammered. "No one moves on here," the shadow laughed. "Time is a circle, cleaner, and you just stepped into the wheel." The phone rang again. It was the start of the loop. The shadow urged me to answer, tempting me with the trap of hope, the lie that I could save her this time. Hell isn't fire. It's the belief that you can change a past already written in blood. If I answered, I would stay there forever, scrubbing and failing. I grabbed my heavy bucket of chemicals and smashed the phone into pieces. The ringing died. The blood on the floor darkened and dried. The shadow vanished. I fled. I left the job half-finished and never went back. When the agency called, furious, I told them the house was sick. They laughed and sent a young tech named Marcos to finish the work. Yesterday, I heard what happened to him. The police found Marcos 2 days later, sitting in the corner of that music room, staring at the wall. He wasn't physically hurt, but he was holding the receiver of the broken phone to his ear. He just kept repeating, "This time I almost made it. Just one more time." The echo hasn't stopped. It just found a new listener. Now, whenever a phone rings in a house I'm cleaning, I don't wait. I drop my tools and run, because some calls once answered can never be hung up.